Alright, well, I failed the video series. The other day I just got the motor out and I got no footage of it at all. Camera was inside the house charging, and I just got carried away and didn't want to go back inside and get it. Yeah, that's for the last video. Difficulties transferring footage from my camera to my phone. So I wasn't able to explain anything. Getting the front end off did hold me up, and I'll go over what I had to take off to get that front end off. And then I'll talk a little bit how the motor went. So let's get to it. Alright, so my truck here is a 65, and you don't need to take the hood hinges off. I just did for some reason, and since they're off, I'm going to paint them. Yeah, the welded nuts in the back, so this side stayed good. This one did not. I had to just pry it out of there, and I am really hoping I can put it back together. It's like how this one is. I was able to cut it, but that welded nut back there just comes loose. But to get your front end off, I took off 3 bolts here, each side. We had the radiator support bolts up front, and what really held me up, the fender bolts. Down here, it was really rusted. There's nothing left. The fender just broke free right off from there. So you're gonna have a bolt from the back side over here. You'll have a bolt, and then the other one is right up here. I'll show you. This one took me a while to figure out. You have a little plate right here. You'll take that off, and I don't have a light, but you'll look straight through, and that hole right there, that's where you have another bolt, and it'll be like that on both sides, and then your front end is ready to come off. As long as you have taken off whatever wiring, battery, whatever is going to be connected to your wheel wells that you're going to pull right off. And if you're by yourself, use some beams and some toe wraps. It works good. Now we'll get to the motor. Yeah, I got out here about Friday night. It was about 11:30 at night when I was able to make it out to the garage. So only out here for about an hour, but when I was done, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what happened. The motor was pretty easy to get out of here. Very little things, and then just had to muscle it out. So with the engine harness, wherever it just unclipped from here to the rest of the harness, and then that was good to go. I didn't have to unclip any other wiring. I had to undo one wire that was connected to the coil. Another one was somewhere down there. And let's go to the rest. So I got that engine harness off. I took off the power steering pump. Just the one fuel line, plugged it. I had the heater lines to take off as well. These came off the carb. The exhaust was not that easy. This one came off just fine. This one did not. I ended up undoing the header on this side, and it just pulling out this way. You got motor bolts there. Tranny was bolted to that cross member there, and then undo the driveline bolts, and then I started lifting it up using a piece of wood and just prying on it just to get it to slide back a little bit. And other than that, that was about it. Here's this all of this is in the wheel well, or around the engine bay, and some of it plugged to the motor. And this is just a mess. I've been really debating on getting one of those classic wire updates and just redoing the whole thing. It's just all so freaking brittle. It's a mess. I'd love to have it all clean up. Yes, as for the next project, I'm going to weld on a beam and then work on cutting this out. My final motor mount is coming in, and I'll be able to hopefully start piecing this thing together. We'll see. But yeah, I will keep everything updated as it goes along, and every more and more I keep taking apart of this truck, the more and more I keep telling myself, what the heck are you doing? But now I'm at the point of no return, so just hack it up and let's hope for the best. Yeah. All right.